hamburger juice. It's your boy, Smoke Screeners Prime. I'm back.
Alright, so what we're going to talk about is the Revelations Triclops. As you can see down there, Triclops, baby. He comes with the get up from the cult leader. You know, the other piece looks kind of like a dress. He's got that extra head. And a couple of hands. But he looks a little different because, you know, this head doesn't quite add up. I don't know, fam. Is something off? What's going on? Is it this head? This head? Nah, I'm just playing. Just playing with your fam. What that was my 2000X Tri-Klops. You know, that was my main Tri-Klops for a long time. But what we're going to talk about now is this guy. This Triclops, and I put him on this sky sled because he had it on. I mean, I had it on, but he rode it in the beginning of the movie. That's how we first saw him, and it was only for like a little bit. Most of the time we saw him, he had that cult leader get up on. But you know, I've put other masters, classics, and revelations on here. You know, if you don't want to pay a whole lot of money for these sky sleds when they come out, whenever they make them in their size, these right here, the origins lines will work just like the Wind Raider, perfect fit. You know, but back to Triclops. So this is just so you could get a little image of, you know, how he fits, so to let you know, get your hands on some of these vehicles. A lot of people get vehicles, get figures, but they don't get the vehicles that go with them. So, on the Triclops. For the most part, this is a real good figure. I like him. I needed a bigger figure. Not all, but probably about half of my figures, especially the villains, are 2000X, and so they're on the smaller side. Even the ones that are supposed to be larger are on the smaller side. So I'm very glad that they came with the Revelations and the figures are bigger. And man, the classics, man, as y'all all know, have been hitting all of our banks. I'll tell you that classic pistol I got, set your big dog back a pretty penny. But again, back to this Triclops. So just so you can see, the head sculpt is pretty good, reminiscent of the Triclops from the 80s. It has the longer hair, not any of the technical get up around the neck and stuff like that, like the one from 2000X. But you know, still a good figure. The head, the eyes, as you can see, to turn this, man, it's real tight now. Hold on. That's one thing. It wasn't like this earlier, so now it's even tighter where, man, I can't even turn it, and that's crazy. I mean, it's on there tight, so I'm gonna have to, you know, heat it up a little bit, cause yeah, I can't even tighten it, and I can't even turn it. I can't have that. But the head sculpt itself is good. I don't really see any, well, I take that back. I see a little blotch up there. A little one up here, a little sloppy. This one's okay. This one's okay. The strap is okay. Got like a little bit of extra material down there. the vest. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. He has these little circles. Can't remember exactly what it's for. I'm guessing it has something to do with motherboard or whatever. But of course, you know, you got the double jointed arms, which is a plus compared to how classics were. Still like my classics though. Same thing with the knees. And he has like a brownish tint. He always had like a brownish tint. One thing I noticed is that his tint, this is kind of like how He-Man is supposed to be, like from the cartoon. Actually, he's a little darker, I think. But he should be more kind of tan, brownish than he is. But anyway, the black loincloth, the black boots. For a long time, not a long time, but I didn't notice at first that the boots actually had like boots. Like today, they weren't like the classics were, where it's just flat, which gives them a little bit more height as well. It can turn right here. The ankles go down, has a little bit of a rocker, so it's kind of cool. The one thing it didn't have is it doesn't have a place for you to store your weapon, but what I do is I just take the weapon and I just slide that bad boy in there. Temporary, I mean not temporary, but there's a fix for that. Now the weapon, his sword, there's a nice sheen to the sword. Orange right here, black, orange, and it has the two dots. That's kind of classic with him. Also reminiscent of Fisto. One of the weapons, well, Fisto always had a sword like this, and then the classics had that bigger one as well. So that's pretty cool. It looks good. And let's do a little comparison of the heads. So the heads are, you know, about the same, except right here the strap is greenish black, or more so black, where here it's silver and his hair is not hanging down there, which is a little, I don't know if he had to get a haircut or what, but you can see the hair is hanging down good here, but not there. And on this one, again, it's not really an issue to turn. I mean, it's not smooth, but it's not really hard at all to turn. Again, there's the blemish right there. Now here's the cult leader getup. I'll be trying this out with y'all, so hopefully I remember exactly how it's supposed to be. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to pop this head off to do that. And then go back here, take this gear off. But I really won't be using that gear at all. But for these purposes, I am standard buck body, He-Man body style. This, I believe, goes on first. Kind of like a dress kind of deal. So slide this on, slide that in. Man, this, I really won't be using this because it feels like I'm playing with a Barbie doll right now, to be honest. So I'm definitely not really going to be doing this. Okay, so got that. Okay, it has a unsnap it right here. Flip that over. That down. Comes around. That goes up. Then you snap it here, and it's a soft, rubbery like material, easy to snap on. And then there you go. There's your cult leader, Cyclops. Now, we'll say this getup right here makes him look a little bit more buff, at least to me. But again, he ain't gonna be wearing this. He could be wearing his traditional getup, but it's okay. It is what it is. But nah, I'm not doing that. Only time I would be doing something like this is, certain pictures or whatever, if I was doing something in regards to his cult leader getup. But for the most part, nah. So hands, pop them off. It's not hard. Put your hand up the motherboard. Or you pledge to be one of the doggone dummies, the motherboard, say aye. Okay. Oh, also, let's look at the package real quick. Here, basic Revelation package. Artwork over there is pretty nice. You get to see both. And with the chalice back here, you get to see everybody I got on here except for the Savage He-Man. Bio says the technological genius with the tri-sided visor served Skeletor for years now that the nefarious Lord of Destruction disappeared. However, Triclops discovered his new purpose. With magic fading from Eternia, Triclops preaches about the weakness of the flesh and the strength of machines. As a leader of a technological cult operating out of Snake Mountain, he demands his followers abandon their weakness and prepare for the digital embrace of Motherboard. And some nice artwork right there of him. And of course, for those who have seen what happened at the end, know the deal with Motherboard. And yeah, there's a nice little shot of the place everyone is after, the old Gray Skull. But yeah, let me take this off right here, because again, this is not how I'm going to be displaying Triclops. Again, for those of you who like, this getup, the cult leader getup deal, hey, it is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. You like what you like, but your boy over here is sticking with this getup, and this is a nice rubbery. I like how it's a little smaller. Right there, it's a little smaller, and it clamps in real good, real tight. So, only issue right now, I gotta work on this visor right there. So, Triclops. We're gonna do a little size comparison with the old Triclops. So, what we're gonna do for one, we're gonna start off with, this is my classic Man-at-Arms with a couple of custom pieces, nothing much. Basically just a different head, and from the Revelation Man-at-Arms, because I like that head better. Plus my 2000X weapon Man-at-Arms usually uses. Again, they look good together. Triclops is bigger, but hey, it's all good. So next I'm gonna throw in another classics, throw in old Mechanic. One of his rivals, so to speak. Man-at-Arms is considered a rival too as far as a technology type of deal, but Mechanic is also one of his rivals as far as the sight beyond sight. No, I'm just playing. That's a different cartoon, but so they can see, they the espionage type of guys and whatnot. So this Mechanic, I really like this guy. He has multiple. He has a neck that's even longer than this one. So yeah. And of course, I'm throwing old He-Man right here. Now this He-Man, what I did was I took the Faker head off and I put I colored the eyes. But the thing that's kind of curious to me is He-Man should be more closer to Cyclops color. Triclops, not Cyclops, but Triclops color. It should be a lot closer to that. And Triclops is actually bigger than He-Man, and I don't actually remember that being the case. But that's interesting that he's bigger. Let's look at a couple of others. So these are my revelations, along with classics, along with some 2000X thrown in. Also, there's a 2000X statue figure, which is Clawful, that is in there. But yeah, as far as my Evil Warriors go, looks pretty good. I also have two more fakers that are not up here right now because they're set up. But yeah, it looks good. The Triclops, he fits in good. Of course, the Trap Jaw is coming soon, so I'm going to snag him. Really hate the way his mouth is. Hopefully it looks better in person. But other than that, yeah, these are some of the other figures they need to do. They gotta have a Whiplash. Too Bad would be cool. Clawful, need that, of course. Trapjaw is coming, and there are others along the line that you can get, but as far as the core, also Merman is coming as well. But that being said, my Evil Warriors are looking good, and this is the Evelyn right here is the one that I prefer to use mostly. I got this other Evelyn because it's part of the first wave and it's a good figure, but when it comes to doing everything and whatnot with my photography, this Evelyn here, which is the classic Evelyn, is the one I use. So whenever they make another one that looks like this, more likely I'm still gonna get her, and then I'll decide whether she's kind of gonna sit to the side or whether the other Evelyn is gonna take her place. But other than that, yeah, the Triclops looking good, fitting in good. Keep on cranking them out. I don't care what y'all say about the cartoon. It is what it is. I liked it for what it was. If y'all want more Masterverse figures, He-Man figures, whatever you want to call it, hey, suck it up. Watch them cartoons so they'll pump out more figures, because if the cartoon stops, guess what? Pretty sure you ain't gonna see any more figures. And look what happened with Thundercats. They keep trying to revamp it, but for some reason, it just keeps going down. But, it is what it is. Triclops, great figure. Glad to have it. Fits in well. It looks a little bigger than I feel he should be. I don't see why he's almost as big. He kind of looks a little bigger than Beastman. So I don't know why he's that big. But other than that, the figure's good. A couple little minor gripes. Scale of 1 to 10. I give him a 7.5, and the reason why he didn't get an 8 is because I gotta try and get his eyes to turn on this particular head, and I should not have. When you get a figure, you shouldn't have to do anything but take it out and do what you want to do with it. But that being said, yes, 7.5 really wanted to me. But again, thanks for coming and checking me out. And like a fat kid in dodgeball, I'm out, baby. And don't forget to like and subscribe.